Hello, today I want to talk about being under the median. This means under the median means basically living below your means. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. First thing is you have to create a budget and stick to it. A lot of you write up a budget, but then you don't follow it or you quit halfway through. It's very important that you create that budget, you stick to it, and you follow it. It's your guide. It's like your GPS. So you make sure you follow it and stick to it, because if you don't have a budget, you're going to end up overspending when you really don't want to. And this is how you lose money without you even knowing about it. You want to also cut any unnecessary expenses. Like memberships, subscriptions. Like if you go to a gym and it's only once a week or twice a week, you can if you have like a higher plan, you can try to reduce it to a smaller plan. Or if you have like a family plan, you can reduce it to a single plan. If you're not really working out, cancel that plan. Work out at home. You can do walking. You can do exercises on your own. And also, if you have Netflix, certain apps on your TV cost money. Certain like satellite TV, cable TV. If you have over 200 channels, it costs more money. So I reduce it just to internet and a limited amount of TV. Because when do you have time to watch all these channels? If you do, that means you don't have time to make money. You can also, another tip to live under the median is reduce energy and water usage. How many times do I see people just leave the water running and walk away? You lose so much, maybe it's a quarter per gallon, but it's money just dripping out your pocket. And how many people leave the lights on? Maybe not on purpose, but they leave the lights on and, walk away and later, it's been, sitting there. Have a nightlight. Some people fall asleep with the TV on. That's burning electricity also. All these little things do add up over time, so it's best to be more conscious about what you're using. I know a lot of people who rent. If they don't pay electric or water, they don't care. They think the landlord's rich, but when it's you and you own this stuff, you have to take ownership of what you do. So make sure you try to reduce as much of the water and electricity and gas as you can. Something I like to do is buying secondhand items instead of new ones. Recently on eBay, there was these sneakers I bid for on the last minute, and I got them. They were very cheap, barely used. I know people don't like used, but barely used, and down for about $30. So that's not like my second pair. And if you look at how much these sneakers really cost, they're close to $100 something. So I just saved maybe about 60% buying it used, and all I have to do is just wash it, and like they say, it's good as new. So same for you. Instead of trying to buy the new thing, buy the used thing, because unless it's something really like mechanical or something that you think might break down too soon, there are people who buy stuff that they don't need and they barely use. So this way you can actually get something that's fairly new for a fraction of the cost, and it's worth it when you think about it. Something I do is cook meals at home and avoid eating out. It's fun to eat out. It's fun to hang with the friends. It's fun to have a few drinks, etc. But when you're trying to live below your means and under the median, under the average, you're trying to save every penny you can, and this is very important. You got to learn to, check sales, and check different supermarkets and see what's going on sale, and then certain meats, veggies, fruits, whatever you're gonna make for food, and you probably can make a good amount, seconds and thirds. So, and you can freeze the meats that you're not using. So it's worth it to cook at home, and it's definitely make a big difference in your wallet, because if you go to a restaurant, they charge you more than the average price for things. But that's because the restaurant has to pay their own bills also, so they have to pay their overhead. So you got to think of yourself as a restaurant, and you got to cover your overhead. So you got to buy the right food at the right price. Also, when you talking about the grocery store, make a list so you don't buy stuff on impulse. So you don't buy stuff when you're hungry, because this is what happens. You get hungry, and you just start buying stuff randomly, and it really it can get out of control. And you'll see some older people with a list. I mean, maybe because the fact that they do live on a budget and they know what they need, so they're buying what they need, not what they want, and they don't get impulse, because supermarket, they put stuff in the front of the end caps, the back of the end caps, displays everywhere. They're just trying to get your attention so you can try new things, and you don't want to be impulsive into buying something you don't really need. We try to live below your means. You try to do your best to only buy certain things, and a list is perfect. What I do, I don't really make a list too often, but I'll do a pickup order. So I'll just already select the items I need, and then I press a button and they come out and bring my groceries to me. This can be very effective because you're not walking around, you're not seeing what there's on sale at the supermarket, and you're getting what you need, not what you think you need. Another thing you can do is using public transportation, or if are you living in a nice area, you can bike, walk. It'll save you on maintenance costs of owning a car. Because when you own a car, I know it might be a 2-minute drive, but you're putting more work in the car. So I mean, eventually, driving through the roads, you'll need maintenance, and repairs on that car. So if you have a bike, or you can walk, and you'll save some money on gas, and you'll save on future costs that may incur, because trust me, just driving back and forth, even local places, can put a lot of damage on the car. That's why when you look for a car online for sale, they always say, does it have highway miles? Because that means it just went from A to B, go for a highway. Then having it drive through local streets, through bumps, etc. You can take advantage of free entertainment options, which would mean going to a park, and also going to a library. There are libraries out there, and there's barely anyone in them. And why do you think that is? People have their phones and watch TV, but reading a good book will actually, save you money, as well, because you probably can sit outside, no lights, no TV on, using the phone, and you can just read, and it'll put your mind at ease. So this is I think a great thing you can do. Go to the library. It's definitely good for your mind. Another thing we should all do is, avoid credit card debt. Credit card debt is one of the worst things. Credit cards can really, bring you down. If you notice, like, you go to a bank and you need a loan on anything, they put you through the ringer. They're not going to just give you a loan like that. They make it so hard for you to get a loan on anything. You have to have a good credit, let's call it, and there's a lot of other requirements with the bank. But if you're applying for a credit card, it's so easy to get a credit card. They send you flyers in the mail all the time, and they want you to be in debt because they gain interest on you, and that interest is how they make so much money. So if you can, avoid getting a credit card. I mean, I would have one just to build my credit, but especially if you're starting out, stick to one credit card and make sure you pay it by the end of the month. It's important that you build a good credit in your journey, to being, financially free. Something I do also is I buy generic brands. Like, if you go to Weiss, they have their own brand. You go to Costco, they have their own brand. Sam's Club has Members Mark. That's their own brand. Costco is Kirkland. A lot of them have their own brands. And if you look in the back at the ingredients, it's basically the same things, but it's just, made by a different company, So, maybe Nestle makes this chocolate, but Members Mark make the same exact chocolate for a reasonable price. Sometimes, the taste might vary, and the regular brand might taste a little better, but I mean, it's a small sacrifice to save money, and I think it's worth it. So anyway, one more thing I just want to say is, if you're living with a roommate or family member, try to share living expenses. That's a perfect way for you to save some money. Work together. It's all about teamwork. Same thing in sports. When you're trying to win as a team, you got to work together. If you don't, this is how you lose. So if you put all your eggs in two baskets, there's a better chance of you succeeding than putting it all in one basket. Anyway, that's all I had to talk about today. You just have to evaluate your spending habits and keep making adjustments. I can tell you one thing, but you might have to do something else. There's no quick answer on how to live below your means and under the median, but you just have to figure it out. Everyone has a different budget, a different plan set in place for their life. So if you can figure that out, you can do very well. Thank you again for watching the channel. I do appreciate anyone that's coming by. More content to come daily, and hope you have a good one. Leave a comment and like and subscribe. Stay blessed.